Today we're making this. Be sure to subscribe. Let's get started. So I found some pallets here and I thought, this will be great for a backdrop wall. And these things are completely free, so I picked some up and decided to start getting things ready.
I did manage to collect a few pallets, and I'll be using this one and this one.
The height and the style matches fairly well. It's not absolutely perfect, but it does match fairly well. You definitely want to choose a couple pallets that match.
Now, I just turned these around. We don't actually need these backboards over here. What I'm gonna do is remove them.
Now, the best way to remove, again, I'm doing this kind of with one hand, but the best way to remove these back panels is with a Sawzall. If there are any excess nails like that, and there will be, you can use a grinder, hammer them in, or pull them out with a hammer. Some of these I tried to hammer in, some of them I pulled out, and the remainder I'm just gonna grind off. Don't forget your safety glasses. With a fresh blade and a fresh battery, the Sawzall made short work of removing those backboards. With the backboards removed, I laid the boards flat on the ground and prepared them for sanding. I'm using this Makita handheld belt sander, which I picked up used. After grinding down the nails, I started sanding the surface. Now, I really didn't go over it really well, just enough to smooth out some of the rough spots. You can actually see the difference here between the sanded one on the left there and the non-sanded one here. At this point, I'm just playing around with the orientation, seeing if this pallet flipped around might look better. It's not attached or anything like that.
I selected 4 different random stains that I had laying around. Notice I used a different sample brush. You can buy these sample brushes in the store in little packets of 8 or 12 or whatnot for fairly inexpensive in Home Depot or Lowe's. And yeah, I had these paints lying around. I think I have enough of this one in the jar, and I should cover these as soon as possible. But I have enough of this one in order to paint the entire surface there. So again, I just tested this on a piece of pallet that we're not using. I'm going to go, because I think I have enough of this to cover the entire surface there, with this Sickens Prolux Cetal 1 RE. I really like the look of it. It's really like woody, so it might not match every decor, but it's kind of the classic woody brown stain, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna go with this. We'll see how it looks. I also then thought, hey, maybe I should add a bit of black into this kind of profile. I think that will make it look, I don't know, it'll just add a touch of something. So I'm gonna try that and see how it turns out.
I'm only using the black on the trim portion, or you can call it the joist portion of the pallets.
The nice thing about rustic is that it really doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm just, like here, I'm gonna go over with the little brush in those areas here.
The trim took me literally 10 times longer than the actual stain on the boards. But it was well worth it. You'll see the final result. I think it looks great with the black.
It's time to put hinges on the two pallets. First of all, I used a straight edge after lowering it down, just to make sure it's as straight as possible. Now, it won't ever be perfect, but this helps a little bit. I put it on this side, back to that side. Furthermore, I had to reinforce some of these locations. Here, see, this is gonna be doable, but that just didn't work because they were misaligned. So now they're gonna be aligned. Let's give it a quick test. You can see that kind of fold up. And then you can theoretically fold it all the way down, like that. In order for this to kind of remain up, that's the back side of it, I did purchase these.
In most places, I'm pre-drilling and then putting a screw in. And you can see the hinges seem to work great. And I had put little bolts in them as well to keep them in place.
So, there you have it. Wait a second, we haven't actually painted this yet.
I was actually considering for a moment not staining it, but I'm really thankful I did. I think that looks great. And I put on those marquee letters. I just had those laying around just to give you an idea of what you can do. Let me know what you think.
I really like how the black turned out with the Prolux Sickens stain. You can do so much with this. You can turn it horizontally, put the letters LOVE, you know, have your banner up here or your items for sale, put some flickering stars all around, or those, you know, those string lights. You can make this look fantastic.
Maybe you have some sort of awesome brand, like maybe Velocity, and you can just stick a letter on. And this brightness is overwhelming. And by the way, we make these letters. It's a link right here somewhere, or maybe over here. Stay tuned for part 2. We're gonna make this thing portable, putting little wheels, little casters on there, and we're gonna put Varathane on there. We're just gonna essentially finish it up. Thanks for watching. Subscribe or consider subscribing if you haven't already. Take it easy.